only as their balance, 1,000 rupees. And that is March 2015. Today, those accounts' minimum balance on an average is 4,397 rupees. That is why, kul milakar ke, the total in this PM Jandan account is 2.37 lakh crores. So nationalization of the banks. The intent was reach all people, go to the rural areas, open branches, therefore nationalize. And since then to 2014, I gave you the numbers, sir. And after Jandan Yojana came in, what is the number? Within 10 years, actually the original objective of nationalization has been far better achieved now. With both the poorest of the poor, with women in particular, rural areas and in urban areas. So I want to assure honorable members that under Prime Minister Modi, the twin balance sheet problem which festered banks and the health of Indian banks being what it is in 2013-14, and that is why if I may recall, before 2024 Lok Sabha election, in the last session, during the budget session, vote on account budget session, we came up with a white paper which pointedly said what was the reason for us to get the white paper now about the Indian banking system and not in 2014. If we had come out with a true story as we did in the white paper at that time, the confidence on the Indian economy would have been shattered. You wouldn't have had anybody coming into India. You wouldn't have had banks being touched with a barge pole. Our own depositors would have lost confidence. So it was easy temptation to release a white paper that time, which we did not. And I'm so happy Prime Minister and the Finance Minister at that time did not fall into that temptation. It would have given us a mileage for saying this is what we've inherited. But today, giving it after restoring the banks to some level actually tells the true story. So nationalization, 50 years afterwards also, you leave a twin balance sheet problem for us to clear, and we stand up now with great sense of responsibility towards this country, showing how we've fulfilled that objective. Sir, I'm very tempted to give the performance index of Indian banks. Highest ever net profit of 1.41 lakh crores was achieved in 23-24 and 85,520 crore in the first half year of 24 and 25, with all the public sector banks turning profitable. Today, I can say with happiness that all our public sector banks are turning profitable. And as a sector, the profitability of all scheduled commercial bank is at a decadal high. In decades, you see this really reaching that level with a return on assets at 1.3% and return on equity 13.8%. The gross NPA, net NPA, all of that has been spoken about. I'll just briefly mention that. Gross NPA is reducing from 14.58 to 7.97 in March 2018 to 3.12 and 0.63% in September 24. So these are not data that you can just ignore. I want to highlight there was also concern about what happens to our MSMEs. Are you dealing with them? Are they getting assistance from the bank? Many of them suffer. I'd like to highlight the fact, sir, and this has been said earlier. I'm still not coming to the amendments in this bill, but very quickly I'll move to that. MSMEs in this budget in July 24 had at least 5 different schemes given for them. We have provided for the first time ever in the history of Indian banking. We have given them collateral-free, security-free term loans to buy machine and plants. Plant and machinery loan was never given to MSME. We have provided it. Prime Minister Modi said you will not charge any security for them or collateral from them. You will still extend it. We have extended that. And I'm now going to all the MSME clusters to build awareness among MSMEs, saying, please utilize this. I want you all to go to the banks and take that credit. I've gone to Udaipur, I've gone to MSME clusters. I've also gone to Peenya in Bangalore, closer to Bangalore. I will be moving from one cluster to another. And I'm grateful the Honorable Minister for MSME, Shri Jitendra Manji, also has been accompanying me. We are going from cluster to cluster to say, these are the 5 facilities we have given, please come take it. And this kind of a push towards facilitating MSMEs, as we did during COVID. Honorable Speaker, sir, you are aware, Emergency Credit Liquidity Guarantee Scheme, which stood by MSMEs during the COVID. So MSME has never been forgotten by Prime Minister Modi, and I want to underline that all attention is being given to them. Sir, one other point on the MSME. I have set a target of an additional MSME lending of Sir, Honorable Member is saying something, I don't want to undermine him, but parliamentary language, I'm sure people here can look at it. Sorry? Sorry?
आप उनका जवाब मत दो।
नहीं, इनका एक जवाब जरूर मैं दूंगी। अभी दे रहे हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने मुझे का आरोप लगाया, लेकिन मैं बात न ही बोलते हुए आपका जो आरोप को साबित करती हूं।
नहीं, माननीय मंत्री जी, माननीय मंत्री जी,
सर, गोगोई जी, ऑनरेबल मेंबर गोगोई का हर एक पॉइंट का मैं जवाब दे रही हूँ, क्योंकि वो जो मेंबर कहते हुए चले गए मगर उनके समर्थन में दूसरे ऑनरेबल मेंबर खड़े हो रहे हैं, मैं तो मेरा अपना डिफेंस करना ही चाहिए। हाँ आ रही हूँ। India's banking sector, irrespective of politics, is critical to this nation. We can't afford to have any one of our banks struggling or on the crevice that they may fall off. I must credit the RBI and the Ministry of Finance, not because I'm there, but truly. Since 2014, we have been extremely cautious that banks remain stable. And you know the state of affairs when in 2014 Prime Minister Modi had come, my learned friend Sambit Patra and many others also spoke about the 4 R's with which we tried resolving the crisis in the banks. So the intention is to keep our banks safe, stable, healthy, and in the 10 years, you're seeing the outcome, and it is benefiting the economy. So I would appeal through the honorable members that India should take pride in the fact that today the banks are up to a lot of good. And they are being professionally managed. They are absolutely professionally managed, and I couldn't just recollect the name of the honorable member who said, what is your attitude about recapitalization of banks? I'm proud to say today, banks don't come to the government to say recapitalize me, because today they are professionally run, the metrics are healthy, they can go to the market and raise loans, raise bonds, and run their business accordingly. That relationship of government and the bank as my BAP, I can go to the ministry and take money and run my bank despite all the negatives, no longer prevails. We don't entertain such things because banks don't need to be entertained for it. They are professionally run today. And therefore, I would want, honestly, all of us to take immense pride in this. It's a national achievement. And as a result, today, the regional rural banks, I've done about 8 or 9 reviews personally, not sitting in Delhi, going to each of the states, each of the zones. RRBs, There was also concern, nationalization achieved, and nationalization was done because we wanted to have more branches, more banks going into the rural areas, include people in our RRBs are doing the very same thing. And I'm proud to say today they are mobile banking facilitated, they are internet banking facilitated, they are healthy in their deposit. The sponsor banks are doing so much to keep them absolutely active and on the toes. They are available in Arunachal Pradesh, they are available in Assam, they are available in Dur Daraz Ilaka of Rajasthan. And as a result today, that very valid question that I don't know if it was member Supriya Sule who asked about NBFCs and the banks having that, NBFCs are giving away their duty and passing it on to NBFCs. NBFCs are raising the rate at which they're extending loans. There can be problems there. But NBFCs gave that advantage of going the last mile, which public sector banks at one stage did not have the methodology, but now they've come up with bank mitras with which they are providing all the banking facility. And using that as an argument, I want to answer several of the concerns which very many ministers, members of parliament raised. Nationalization was done because we wanted the branches to be available in rural areas. I'll tell you what the progress is. Between 14 and today, total branches of all public sector banks, total bank branches of all scheduled commercial banks have increased by 3,792 in a year to reach 1,65,501 in September 24. That many branches are there in India. Out of this, 85,116 branches are of public sector banks. They're also going to the rural areas or providing within 5 kilometers radius a touch point. It could be an ATM, it could be a bank mitra, it could be the brick and mortar branch, or it could be any other association with a small finance branch there. So within 5 kilometers, and I'm mapping it wherever, whichever state I go, I look at the map of where the bank presence is. Rural branches. First, 1,17,990 branches in March 14. Today, 1,65,501 bank branches of all the branches, scheduled commercial banks. Rural branches, 41,855 in March 2014, and today, as of September 24, 55,372 rural branches, brick and mortar branches. Semi-urban, 32,504 in March 2014. Now it is 45,314. Urban areas, 21,007 only in March 2014. Now it is 29,276 branches. Sir, concern was also, do we cover the poor? Do we cover the women? I'm just giving you the data to start with. Percentage of women covered under PM Mudra. 68% of all PM Mudra goes to women. PM Swanidhi. 44% of all of the Swanidhi loans go to the women. And these are not, interest high, whatever. They are collateral free, without security, given for small people who are having street end shops or push carts. So 44% are going to women in Swanidhi. And number of women bank mitras. Now these are not customers. These are women who are performing the banking function in the rural areas so that people are given the connect. More than 1 lakh out of around 12 lakhs that is, there are 12 lakh bank mitras. More than 1 lakh are women. And this has become a very, very happy augury for them also because they are able to earn a lot more by being active in the rural areas. So, total deposits, PM Jan Dhan Yojana. I'll also address some of the concerns some honorable members raised about charges being levied to small accounts. I'll come to that. What is the total deposit in PM Jan Dhan accounts? It's a very important number. Sir, 53 crore accounts, PM Jan Dhan Yojana. 53 crore. Our population is 1.41 crores. 53 crores have PM Jan Dhan. At the time when we started, and I never get tired of saying this, I repeat it. At the time in 2014, when I had the honor of serving under Honorable Prime Minister and under Shri Arun Jaitley as an MOS in Finance, when it was launched, there was a lot of heckling. Oh, you're starting it for people with zero balance account? They can't even keep their balance. And what will happen to the service charge? They'll not be in a position to. This is useless exercise. All this was said at that time. I told you the number of people who've got PM Jan Dhan account today. Are these zero balance accounts? No. Today we have a total of 2.37 lakh crores in those accounts. 2.37 lakh crores. Average balance, and this is a very important metric that we have to keep in mind. Average balance of PM Jan Dhan account has increased from 1065 rupees. A single account, 1,000 rupees. 1,065 rupees was the average. Today, 4,397 rupees is the balance in the account. A Jan